A blessed good morning and welcome to our devotions for the last week in the season after Pentecost. We have journeyed through this liturgical year, and in many ways I trust that we would have found new ways of being before God, new ways of understanding ourselves in this world, new ways of working with ourselves to bring about God's purpose in our lives. And so as we come to the end of this year and we prepare for a new year, there is that need for us to reflect and to discern how far we have come, whether we have grown, whether we have used this time in a way that has been profitable to us all. This week is, in a sense, a time of just looking back and discerning to what degree we have allowed the light to flow through and bring about a new day in our lives. To what extent we have, in a sense, conquered the darkness. Because this is what this journey is about, or conquering the darkness. And the darkness is conquered not through fight, but through allowing the light to shine through. So here again we come into this space and we ask God's divine presence with us. We ask God to give us the courage to allow that light to shine through in all its radiance, in all its vitality, in all its life-giving power. We sit in meditation as we open our hearts. I invite us to imagine that we are sitting on a mountain, facing the rising sun. We're sitting cross-legged, our arms on our knees, and our hearts exposed to the divine light of the rising sun. We can feel the warmth of that sun piercing our heart space. And in response, we feel a sense of true gratitude for another day, another moment to give God thanks, to give God praise. So we come now, and as we come, we allow ourselves to just be present, to be still. And in being still, to feel the radiance of God's love and God's peace. So here we are, in the blessedness of this new day. We are here. We are being filled once more with the radiance of God's love. Being invited to receive and to allow it to sink deep within us, in order that it may enliven us so that we may become bearers of the light, shining it once again shining it back at the world. I am light. Someone came to Jesus and said, "Teacher, what good deed must I do to have eternal life?" And Jesus said to him, "Why do you ask me about what is good? There's only one who is good. If you wish to enter into life, keep the commandments." He said to him, "Which ones?" Jesus said, "You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. Honor your father and mother. Also, you shall love your neighbor as yourself." The young man said to him, "I have kept all these. What do I still lack?" Jesus said to him, "If you wish to be perfect, go sell your possessions and give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me." When the young man heard this word, he went away grieving, for he had many possessions. What is the Spirit saying to you in this moment? What have you heard? Are you that person? Are you walking away grieved because you're unable to let go of that which you hold on to dearly, which to you is of greater value than eternal life? In these final moments of the liturgical year, as we are reminded as of old, what is the purpose of this journey? The shining forth of the divine light that is in us. But in the shining forth of the divine light that is in us, there is that requirement for us to, in some way or the other, to be able to ensure that we clear out the darkness. We remove the darkness from within, the darkness that hampers the divine light from, in some way, bearing forth its radiance into the world. In the reading for today, it's interesting that in speaking of the commandments that would help one in attaining eternal life, Jesus focuses on those that are in relation to fellow human beings. He focuses on things like not murder and adultery, coveting neighbors, loving your neighbor. There's no reference to the vertical. Because in a sense, one might easily assume that Jesus would have figured that since the young man was so desirous of eternal life, that he would have already been working at that dimension, that vertical dimension. So Jesus focuses on the relationships between fellow human beings. And the young man probably indicates that he has accomplished all of that. So then Jesus again reverts now to the vertical dimension. Clearly, there is something lacking in this young man. And since he seems to have got a clear understanding of the human relationships, or at least an understanding to the degree that he has, there's obviously something missing. And Jesus identifies that which is missing. His hold on his possessions appear to be stronger than his hold on the divine life, on the desire for eternal life. So he is unwilling to let go of his possessions. But there's also the dimension there that the wealth that he seems to possess would no doubt be a situation where, again, he has not fully grasped what it means to love one's neighbor. Because basically what Jesus indicates for him to do when he says, go sell your possessions and give to the poor, it's a dimension of loving one's neighbor, and it is also a dimension of showing one's desire for God and one's trust in God. So Jesus brings the vertical and the horizontal together in his instruction. Go and sell. In other words, in selling, you trust God. You trust that God will provide. In giving to the poor, you're loving your neighbor. At times, this is too much for us, and we walk away. But it always stands before us. At every turn, around every corner, we will be faced with the same challenge. How do I love God? How do I love my neighbor? It never goes away, because this is the journey. It's the journey of light. And the journey of light is about there being no hindrance to the light. dispelling the darkness, that the light may shine from us. These closing moments of the Sundays after Pentecost invite us to be nothing but light. We become that which we have received.